Sean recently made a video arguing that the probability of a life-sustaining universe was unlikely unless there is some sort of intelligence to create the universe. While I myself am a Christian, I do believe that God is the sole creator of everything that exists. I'm critiquing Sean's video because I do not feel it presents really strong arguments. In the video, VenomFangX's tries to argue what seems to be, at least from my perspective, a version of the anthropic principle. For those who don't know what the anthropic principle is, I'll go to Wikipedia for a quick definition because it's quick and easy. It's basically this. The anthropic principle is the philosophical argument that observations of the physical universe must be compatible with the conscious life that observes it. Now, I don't know if this is what Sean was arguing, but that's what it seemed like to me from my perspective. Throughout this video, Sean tries to argue about probability and how many people, particularly atheists, believe that our existence, whether it be on Earth or in the universe, is based on probabilities, and then tries to use probability in order to argue for the existence of a higher intelligence, i.e. God. While I agree with Sean's conclusion that God exists, I feel there are holes in his argument that need to be pointed out. So even though I agree with Sean that God exists, his argument, in my opinion, is not a good one, and it deserves a critique. Let's get started.
Many people believe that our existence is the result of probabilities. That is to say, another set of probabilities could have come about and actualized such that we would not exist. That is to say, another universe, or a universe of a very different nature or type with different sets of circumstances could have come about, or no universe at all could have come about, and we wouldn't be here whatsoever.
First of all, your wording is off here. No one believes that we are the result of probabilities. Probabilities don't cause things. They are just simply describing how frequently events happen. No one disputes that. That's a straw man. To say that an event such as the creation of the universe is the result of probabilities is meaningless because there is no such thing as something being a result of probabilities. All probabilities will tell us is how often an event happens. In the case of your argument, even if we were to grant your claim that many people believe that our universe is a result of probabilities, it's completely meaningless because again, all probability tells us is how frequently something happens. Let's continue.
Now, this can be symbolized much like a coin flip. With a coin flip, you have a 50-50 shot of getting heads or tails and a 100% shot of getting one or the other. Tails. Now, let's say that this coin flip represented tails, for example, will represent the creation of our universe with this exact set of circumstances that brought about our existence. Alternatively, heads will represent every other possibility. That is to say, every other possible universe and set of circumstances, or even the possibility of no universe whatsoever. Now, when I flip the coin, I have a 50-50 shot of getting one set of circumstances or the other. Question: what are the chances that I'm going to flip the coin? Do you see what I did there? There is no possibility that I'm going to flip the coin because I didn't decide to flip it. The initial cause of the coin flip was not based on probability or chance whatsoever. It was based on intentionality and determination, in this case anyways.
I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the Big Bang Theory, which states at some point in time the universe that we observe today began around 14 billion years ago, which is what the current science is telling us. The Big Bang Theory is considered the best explanation we have for the expansion of the universe. Contrary to popular belief, the Big Bang was not a literal explosion in space, nor was it an expansion in space, but an expansion of space. I'm not going to go into full detail about Big Bang cosmology here, but I will point out there are two lines of evidence that support the Big Bang Theory. One of them is the fact that radiation has been detected left over from the Big Bang, also known as cosmic microwave background, and the other one being from the overall chemical composition. Calculations have been made by scientists that have allowed them to predict when and how chemical compounds have been formed in our early universe. Obviously, not all the elements were formed at the Big Bang, but I think you get the idea. What happened before the Big Bang? We don't know. Science as of right now cannot tell us what happened before the Big Bang. However, my point is this. Even if we were to grant a probability argument, It does not tell us anything whatsoever about what caused the Big Bang to happen. Why God? Why could it have been another universe? You don't give an argument here for this. You just simply assert that probabilities could not have been the cause of the universe, which is just an absurd statement to make anyway, but don't back it up. Why do I say this? Even if we were to grant that probabilities did cause the formation of the universe, it does not follow that higher intelligence caused the formation of everything we see today in the universe. If we grant your assertion that God created the universe, which is what I agree with you on, then to use probability to explain why the universe had to be formed not based on probability isn't helpful. Paraphrasing Albert Einstein, perhaps God simply had no choice when setting up creation. Using probability as a way to argue for God the way you're doing it doesn't help making arguing for God's existence stronger. Because again, even if we grant your probability argument, it doesn't explain why it had to be God who created the universe. Also, why even use such a simplistic probability argument such as a coin toss anyway? The creation of the universe was not created based on a probability that would be akin to a coin toss, but at a time when space in the universe was compressed to extremely high temperature and a high density, being hotter and denser than it is today. In fact, the universe continues to expand more and more every single day. Let's continue.
Some would argue that whatever the initial cause of the universe was also based on probability, as opposed to determination or intentionality, which indicates a will, and an atheist would never admit that the initial cause of the universe is based on a will, because that sounds a lot like God, doesn't it? What they'll say is this, that based on our observations from within the universe, because in the universe we do see probabilities at work, we do see possibilities and chances and whatnot, by observing those possibilities, they will then say and conclude that the universe itself and all existence and all reality unto the 10th dimension are based on likewise possibilities based on their observations from within the universe. Now here's the danger of doing that. That would be akin to saying this, that the 50-50 shot of heads or tails is itself the cause of the coin flip. That's ridiculous.
Of course that's ridiculous. Again, like I stated earlier, probabilities don't cause anything. All probabilities tell us is the likelihood or unlikelihood of an event. That would be like saying the likelihood of a coin hitting tails is what caused the coin to hit tails. We both agree that's ridiculous, but you're attacking a straw man because no one is saying that we are the result of probabilities, as you put it. Because again, probabilities do not cause anything. They only tell us the likelihood of certain events. I will link in the description box a podcast of an interview with Columbia statistics professor where he talks about the misconceptions people have about probability. Anyway, Sean, if you're watching this video is not meant to be an attack. This is just simply constructive criticism of your argument. And I really do sincerely hope you take what I have to say into consideration. Anyway, thank you for watching and have a good day.